All right, this is Richie Byer, the Chief Operations Officer for Elmore County, and today I've got our chairman, Mr. Troy Stubbs. Chairman?
Thank you.
So as we had the budget considered and adopted at our August 8th commission meeting, you made a bunch of great comments about the budget process, and I thought it would be good for the public to kind of hear a little bit about the mindset the commission has about the budget and how that comes about. Can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. For several years now, we have made a concerted effort as a county commission to incorporate our elected officials and department heads in the budgeting process earlier on in the calendar year so that we can make sure that everyone is familiar with the expectations and opportunities associated with a new budget. We begin in late spring with some preliminary budget evaluations for the previous year and the year that we're currently in, and allow those elected officials and department heads to make some adjustments and any new expenditures they're anticipating to start vetting that. And then we have meetings with commissioners, our operations officer, our chief financial officer, and those respective department heads and elected officials to discuss their needs. And then we go through several drafts of the budget that commissioners are able to ask questions and evaluate and consider these things, which all leads up to successfully passing a budget in August for the upcoming fiscal year, which begins October 1st. And it's important to us to do that because we know as department heads and elected officials, it's a great responsibility to manage their budget properly, and us passing that budget well in advance of the deadline gives them an opportunity to go ahead and place orders and make necessary changes for the upcoming fiscal year, in this case, the fiscal year 2023.
Mr. Chairman, I know as a former department head and then in the role I am now that type of coordinated effort really helps set the departments up for success and the outside entities that have some participate in the budget process. As you're looking back at 23 in the process, are there some noteworthy things in the current budget that was adopted beginning October 1st that you think that the public really needs to know about?
Yeah, I think that there are many opportunities for the public to see where their money is being spent, and those valuable and important taxpayer dollars as we go throughout the county and we see various projects. Normal or expected operation expenses would be $36 million, but we do have some additional budgeted expenditures for this year associated with the American Rescue Plan and the approximate $15 million that came from the federal government to the county commission. And there were some very specific guidelines on how that money could be expended, and so that is incorporated in this budget, in addition to some bonded projects which have to do with large construction projects that you're seeing across the county, 17 Springs, some other projects that are anticipated this year with respect to communications improvements, healthcare improvements, and some other areas that we're hoping to see growth in Elmore County. A few areas to highlight, some are a continuation of previous efforts and others are new. One, each year the County Commission makes every effort to absorb any health insurance premium increases that come to our county employees, and this year we are expecting an increase of approximately 5% to those insurance premiums, and we as a county are committed to absorbing that increase rather than passing it on to employees. We're also going to continue to allocate 25% of the simplified seller use tax to the Elmore County Board of Education and the Tallahassee City School System. This is something that we've done for several years now and plan to continue to do in support of the school systems. We have budgeted an increase to add an additional 6 resource officers in cooperation with the Sheriff's Department and the Elmore County Board of Education to totaling 9 resource officers in our public school system. We have a $50,000 allocation to the Elmore County Firefighters Association to assist with the covering of their annual workers' compensation coverage, in addition to some of their software costs. This is a direct correlation to the pandemic. We recognize the need to waive online fees and credit card processing fees for online services. We did that in 2020 for the citizens in an effort to continue our service to the public while also recognizing the need to make adjustments with our operating services in person with the pandemic. In addition to that, I think overall we as a county recognize that Elmore County is growing, that we have many needs, and we'll continue to plan for the future and ensure that we're growing properly as a county and that we are meeting the needs of the people of Elmore County. And lastly, I'll just say that we're continually working with our municipalities, our boards of education, and other government agencies throughout the county to find ways to work collaboratively to use the taxpayer dollar the most efficiently that we can to meet the needs of Elmore County citizens, and we're continually committed to that.
Chairman, thank you for your time today to be able to talk through the budget process and some of the highlights. For any citizen who's interested in the Elmore County Commission budget, you can find that on our county website at www.elmoreco.org. Thank you.
Thank you.